Hookcast rolls off.
It does.
Hookcast.
I like that. Hookcast.
Hookcast.
I might have just started something.
Okay. There we go. It was born right here.
The
First interview.
Hookcast.
Cool.
The
Alright.
Hookcast.
So, we'll just do some quick intros. I'm Talon. I'm going to be the host of the podcast. So, first one, main voyage. And we're here with Skies Like Rockets.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Sweet.
you're a local band here in the Provo-Orem area. So, how about you guys introduce yourselves and give us a little bit of background?
Yeah, my name's Nate. I'm singer and guitarist for Skies Like Rockets. I'm from Seattle, Washington area is where I grew up.
I'm Luke. I'm the drummer, and I come from Melba, Idaho, small town in Idaho, south of Boise. And not with us right now is Ethan and Jake.
May God rest his soul.
And Ethan is the bassist, and Jake is the guitarist.
He's not actually dead. Just for anyone who watches this.
And Saxon is founder, CEO, and god of the music.
We'll call Overlord, Overruler.
Yeah, potentate. There we go.
Dictator. Just Czar.
Yeah.
I prefer the term Czar.
Sorry.
So tell us a little bit about like the origin stories, like
Origin story of
Yeah.
Skies Like Rockets.
Yeah.
because didn't you have a solo project before
yeah.
you did this?
So around this time last year, I was doing acoustic solo project. I moved from Salt Lake. I've been playing in bands my whole life, not my whole life, but ever since I went to college. So I dropped out of a band, or like a really heavy rock band, and I was like, I want to go the opposite direction and do some acoustic stuff. And I started playing little acoustic shows everywhere, like just, in small little venues, like not even venues, like small places. I released some music, recorded a pretty cool EP actually here in Cold House. I lived right across the street, and I just was not having as much fun playing by myself. And I grew up listening to pop punk music and rock music of all kinds, and so I started looking for some musicians to jam with. I wasn't even really thinking about starting a band. And then I hit up Craigslist because I was kind of desperate and didn't know anyone. Normally I wouldn't do that. Don't recommend it. But the first drummer I ran into was Luke.
Nice.
Yeah.
We met here, and we started, I think we played, I had written a bunch of songs already, and we just started jamming on random songs. He had never heard them, really.
Wow.
And it sounded awesome, so I was like, dude, just find some more guys and make a band.
Yeah, to be honest, Bleachers was like a smash. I loved
That was one of the first ones, yeah.
I was like, when I heard it, I was like, dude, I gotta have him. I gotta do this. We gotta do this right now. And that was like the birth of like the Underdog concert series and all that.
Sweet.
But Nate and I actually have like a weird kind of like backstory connection. Actually, the person you said, right? Like, correct me if I'm wrong. The people who were like inspired you to like start writing music and singing and stuff like that, and like do concerts out in Idaho. This is kind of a weird culture, right? In Idaho, like you kind of go door to door and you just like play in people's apartments. And stuff like that, right? That's what you're saying.
When I was started bands, it was mainly in BYU, Idaho, and Rexburg. So there's just students there and farmers. So there's no venue. There's a venue, but it would go out of business every 3 months. And so we would just play in like apartment lounges and just like until we get kicked out. But there'd be like 50 people maybe on a good one. So we'd play with like various bands and stuff. It's just like there was a small little scene, and it's still doing pretty good right now.
That's like the most underground of
It's
the
super
underground. That's like so sick.
But those are like my favorite shows, like some of the ones that we played in some cool lounges, like 50 people there just going crazy.
But that's not even how we're connected. So like Van Lady Love, right?
Yes, Van Lady Love was like, this was a long time ago, like 3-4 years ago.
Wow.
Me and my buddy, a good friend of mine, Alejandro, were just like, I had some Battle of the Bands at school put on, and we were like, this is really bad. And so we just left, and then randomly we heard there was some weird show going on at Sammy's, which is the only local venue. And we walked in, there's like 4 people, and we're like, why is there no one here? This band is amazing. They're super loud and like singer was amazing, really catchy tunes, and so I bought like one of the CDs there and like became a little fan. And they would come all the time in Rexburg. I remember back then. So yeah, so
Yeah, they used
that's
to hustle
it's a weird
hardcore.
connection me and Saxon have.
Well, because I was
Totally.
working with their label, and then I was like, when I started telling them that, I was like, oh yeah, now they like me.
It's funny
Yeah,
how
it was
things
cool.
come together.
Yeah.
For sure.
And for me, I guess you already told them about the Craigslist, how we met through there.
Yeah.
Like my backstory is I've been playing drums ever since 6th grade. I had like a little high school band. We never really played anywhere, but I'd never really been in a band, and so I'm like, I was getting the hankering to play with a band randomly, and so I look on Craigslist, happened to see Nate's post, but then in the end, it turns out we have a mutual friend that I was playing with before,
Yeah.
and
What a
Yeah.
crazy like
Yeah, that's really weird.
happenstance. Like at the same time he posted the ad, you're
like
like
the exact
looking-
same time we
That
like
is insane.
Yeah.
meet up and
It was cool. Yeah, and our friend, his name's Tag. He played in a lot of those little underground shows with me up in Idaho, and so I was kind of like asking him if he knew anyone in the area and stuff. I don't know if he mentioned Luke, but then like that same couple days later, Luke hit me up on Craigslist, and we were like, "Let's jam." We found out we had a good friend in common, so figured he'd be good. I figured if he's jamming with Tag, he's probably good.
then we have the same taste in music. Like, what's the
Nice.
chances
Yeah,
of that?
It's cool.
So how did the other members of the band kind of link up with you guys?
Well, Ethan's story is pretty awesome. we had another bassist, Evan, for the first like 6 months as a band, I
Yeah.
think. It was great. We were doing really well. We released a song called Colorblind. We made a music video. And the video is like about a guy kind of like hates his job, hates his life. And at the end, this main character comes in and like joins the band and singing the last chorus. That guy was Ethan, who ended up being in our band.
Wow.
So it's kind of storytelling.
So through the video, and then,
Oh,
He's just a good friend of ours,
Just a
and
good
then
buddy.
he wanted to be in the video. And then as soon as there was an opening, he wanted to be the bassist, so gave him a shot.
we were all for it.
Super talented. Not just bass, he plays a lot of instruments.
Mm.
It's really talented musician. So
And then we decided that we wanted some more sound because we were a trio. Like, you know, we could use some more sound. The
Yeah.
songs that we're playing are getting a little complex.
in the
So,
studio would be one thing, and then live
yeah.
would like really watered down.
Mhm.
Some people can really pull it off, but for us, we just really thought a second guy would be great. So
And that's how we found Jake, actually through Craigslist as well.
this is proud.
That's a good on Craigslist.
Hell
baby.
yeah.
You owe a
Oh, yeah.
lot to that.
Yeah,
That's sweet.
I figured the luck the first time, dude. I try second time.
And so
Yeah.
they've been playing with us for 3 months.
Yeah, it's about the same
Months.
time they joined, I think.
Yeah.
So do you guys have like a album ready to drop? You've been working on some songs, cause
We have our newest release will probably be the end of the next week.
cool.
Yeah.
We're
Hint,
working
hint.
on a song called Safe. It's actually like an EP version of Safe. We've released like a demo of it before. But we went to the studio, Pale Horse Sound up in Salt Lake, did it. And then since we have new members, we've been just we were going to release an EP, but since we have a new lineup, we just decided to take back. So we're going to be hopefully doing an EP by the end of the summer.
That's sweet.
We have about 10, 11 songs
Yeah, it's
in our like
constantly
inventory, but
lots of new songs.
constantly reworking them and finding what's best and what we should release.
That's great, cause your music video had like 2K, right?
Yeah, it's coming up on
2K?
3 or something.
Yeah,
Almost
almost
3?
3,000 views for
It's not bad.
first video. Like
yeah.
not
'Cause you
much
guys only
promotion. It was
dropped
pretty
that.
cool. We're like, cool, man.
Cause you dropped that in February, right?
Yeah. The only reason I had a lot is because Ethan's, he's
Yeah, he
Really
was a
attractive
good-looking
man.
guy. That's why he's the bassist. That's why he's the bassist now.
So you brought him on.
They come
I
to the
can't
shows
do
now and
that.
they're like, the singer's not as attractive.
That's funny. I think Logic probably took inspiration from your video.
Logic.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah, man.
So do you guys have any other music videos that you're thinking about filming?
Yeah, actually, for the new song that we're releasing next week, we're gonna drop that first, but then we're planning on tagging another video onto
Sick.
that, and we're in the works. We have a few ideas,
That's sweet.
but nothing concrete yet.
That's sweet.
Yeah, it's hard to do. Videos are hard. It's gotta be like really creative and also fit the budget or ideas. You have to be able to have the resources to do what you want to do. So it's like really hard. So
Yeah.
So kind of what we do is like with the interviews is like, so towards the end we're gonna like chop off the rest of it so they have to go listen to the podcast in order to listen to the full thing, right?
okay.
So like just right here before we like keep going, where can people like find your music? Where can people find your like media? What are you on? What do you want to push people to? Or
We're on everything. Number one is Spotify. I recommend following us because we're going to be releasing a lot of music soon, and it helps the bands if you have lots of followers on there, so that'd be cool. But we're on every streaming platform, all the social medias. Our Twitter has no love, but our Instagram does really well. We have a lot. We got our fan base there is pretty good. So.
and it's just at Skies Like Rockets, right?
Yeah.
Everything is Guys Like Rockets.
Oh, okay, dope.
It's an original
it's
enough
such a
name
good
that-
name.
that
I know, but you would think that like because it is such a good name,
Right.
like somebody would have taken it.
Yeah.
That's all. I was just
Lucked out.
yeah. That's awesome. All right, so we'll push people there. I kind of want to talk a little bit more too.